On Tuesday, the 16th of September 2025, it's coffee time with Peter Gomez, and we are with the Minister of Information, Media and Broadcasting Services, Dr. Ismaila Ceesay. UNGA, the United Nations General Assembly, is just around the corner. The Chief of Staff and Minister, Mr. Modke, I call him Alhaji Modke Ceesay, was here last week saying that actually the government is very mindful and it's sensitive to the fact that, you know, we are going through an economic situation and the delegation size, it could have been taking, you know, all these past years, actually only a fraction of that delegation was what the government has always been traveling with, despite all the noise about the size or sizes of our UNGA delegations. I tried to ask how many would be going this time. He couldn't say. But I have information that the U.S. Embassy has rejected more than 20 applications for visas from senior government officials who were minded on traveling to the United States for UNGA. What are you hearing? What can you share with us?
Well, what I can tell you is that, like Mr. Modke Ceesay has said, the government is aware of, obviously, and the government has a policy, and this is a policy whereby government wants to judiciously use public finances, and therefore the UNGA is only on a need to go basis. Those who have business there, only those who are going. I don't know the list. I don't know the size of the delegation. But with the thing with the U.S. Embassy that you are saying, I cannot confirm it because I don't know what has happened. Whether these senior government officials applied through the government channel as part of a delegation or as part of that, because some officials also are invited by some UN agencies, not necessarily, and these UN agencies pay for all their travel, logistics, air ticket, and hotels. So you need to make that differentiation. There's a official government delegation. Okay. Then we have some government officials.
Educate us on, you know.
Yes. So we have So we have an official government delegation, which is normally headed by the president or the vice president.
In this case, the vice president.
In this case, the president is not going. The vice president is going. Now, but then there are also other government institutions that work with UN agencies. UN agencies are huge. From WHO to UNDP to you name it, it's a huge area of UN agencies. And now some of these UN agencies work with some government institutions. It could be projects, it could be anything. So sometimes they invite officials to go and take part in sessions. Now these are not part of the official government delegation, but they are also going for the same UNGA, but through other arrangements. Now I'm not sure whether the officials who are rejected are part of the official government delegation or are part of those who are invited by UN agencies to go on a different business as part of the UNGA. So we need to make that differentiation. So when people see sometimes a number of people going, they think that it's all part of the government delegation. No. There's an official government delegation which is channeled through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Those ones are different. But there are also officials and also civil society organizations, NGOs, even activists sometimes, depending on the theme of the UNGA, who are invited by partner agencies, by other organizations that also work with the UN to go as part of the UNGA to take part in sessions. So we need to make the differentiation.
I have questions as always for you, but before we go to that, just one more question from me. At your last it's Mansakunda, right?
Yeah, Ministerial Town Hall, Mansakunda.
Okay. All right. You spoke about government trying to, you know, build an open government.
Yes.
What do you mean?
So what we want to do is that we want to make sure that government is accessible and that information is proactively disclosed in line with the ATI Act. We want the government to be as open as possible. We don't want... It's like it's promoting transparency, basically. We want information to be there. We don't want people to go and look for information. We want information to be out there. And part of the ATI Act is that recently we just
publishing
exactly
the government, well, the government list, the NGO list, in fact, activist list, the whatever list.
Not only that, recently we validated the ATI regulation. And in that ATI regulation, one of the rules, one of the regulations are that all government agencies or all institutions that get money from government must publish in their website their mandate, their organogram, their finance, everything should be published so that people don't have to go and look for information. So government is as open as
Nobody
possible.
looks for that kind of information. The kind of information, people want is, UNGA is here. We know that people will travel. How many people are going? And who is going? And why are they going?
That's what I'm talking about. That which is not.
No, you spoke
openly,
about organogram.
Not only that,
mandate,
even activities, what they are doing, their policies, their regulations, their programs, and those that are not publicly available, also to make it accessible so that if you request for it, you can get it as easily as possible. And that is open government. We don't want to be there any gap between the government and the public insofar as information is concerned.
So that in future, when Madi Jobate writes to any of the MDAs, he doesn't have to sit, forever without getting.
As long as that information
any
is not part of the exemptions. You see, if you look at the ATI Act, there are over 30 exemptions that cannot be given when requested. But apart from that, when it's not part of the exemptions, public officials, we call them information officers, who are information holders, are bound by law to give out any information requested by the citizen. This is the spirit of the ATI law.
Let's go to the questions now coming from the listeners. Good morning, Uncle Peter. Could you please ask the Minister when the government plans to implement the security reform recommendations from the TRRC? The way the security forces are acting today is no different from how they operated during Jammeh's era. We all witnessed the inhumane treatment of Mr. Aliou Ba, and it is very sad to see the Gambia returning to its old ways, using tear gas on the streets even when there was no threat. It is clear that our security forces are in urgent need of proper training.
What I think security sector reform doesn't mean that the security has to sit and also not apply and enforce public order. The security services anywhere in the world is their role and mandate to apply to enforce public order. That's an operational issue. But what I can answer his question on the security sector reform is ongoing. Even yesterday, I was in Parliament and the National Security Bill, the consideration stage was completed yesterday to pass the National Security Bill. And a lot of work has been done in terms of professionalizing, but also equipping the security forces and also orienting them to operate within a democratic setting. And we have been very successful in doing this. But when it comes to ensuring and upholding public order, that's an operational issue, and the police will have to make assessments at any particular point in time and do the necessary and the needful in ensuring public order.
Alex Badujang is becoming a regular correspondent. Greetings, Uncle Peter and Dr. Ceesay. My question to Dr. Ceesay is, does he think it's wise to remove someone forcefully from his office, someone who is loved and highly respected by his colleagues and juniors, and bring someone who the staff may not even want to work with, or may even sabotage his work, or even refuse to work with him? Will that not bring another chaos? Don't you think the president was badly advised on this decision?
Well, I cannot go into details, like I said. As far as we are concerned, it's a promotion. A promotion is a promotion. It's an elevation to a ministerial position, and then things all folded as there. I cannot go into the details of how they will unfold. But I think the president makes wise decisions, and his decisions are his decisions. And I believe and I have confidence in his decisions.
Good morning, Uncle Peter. Please ask Dr. Ceesay, how will he justify the video circulating online where police recruits are seen throwing activist Aliou Ba into the back of the pickup like a bag of rice in a manner that not even an animal should be treated? From Mahmoud Konjira, an aspiring journalist.
The police have to enforce public order, and in enforcing their public order is an operational issue, and they have to do the needful.
Hi, Peter. Good morning. When do we announce the appointment of someone? Is it upon interview? Is it when an offer is made? Or is it when an offer has been accepted in writing? All that the government and Ismaila are doing is an attempt to shift the blame onto Mamadou Ceesay rather than accepting their mistakes. And to add insult to injury, they are here congratulating Sow and reassuring their support, meaning he should assume the role and not fear anything. Regards, from E. Tarawale.
Well, we are not trying to justify anything. What we are giving is the facts. And the facts are that he accepted the job. And when you accept the job, it is announced publicly.
Everything seems to be around the Auditor General. The case of the Auditor General is amusing. Dr. Ceesay has rightly stated that the president can only be removed through laid down processes, either by elections, impeachment, or resignation. Equally, the Auditor General can also be removed through constitutional laid processes. The president should never be embarrassed if he makes a mistake. Appointments become effective only when the appointee formally accepts the appointment in writing. Secondly, it is disappointing for the minister to attempt to politicize this saga by pointing out the political preference of the Auditor General's legal advisor. Please, at this level, let's remove partisan politics from our civil service. Peter, please be fair to people with disabilities. The visually impaired have no way to participate in this very interesting and important program. Believe me, we also have intelligent points to contribute. Okay.
It's a statement. It's not a question.
The last bit is...
yeah, that's for you.
So when does an appointment become effective?
Well, what I can tell you is that the way the president appoints is that when he calls you and offers you the job, you accept verbally, and principally have accepted. And as far as I am concerned, if someone has confidence in you and you give him your word is as strong as your bond. That you accept the job, for me, it is effective. So and that is why it is announced.
So
then in the letter, it gives you a couple of days to formally write now. It's just for the file to formally write and accept.
Gives you a couple of days.
Exactly. To formally write and accept. But once you accept at that point in time, for me, it is effective. It's a verbal agreements, are also, for me, valid agreements, because you've already given your word that I'm going to accept the job. So, for example, if your HR, I read some article written by someone saying that if your HR calls you and offers you a promotion, and you accept the promotion, it means you have accepted the promotion. The paperwork can come later, but at that particular point in time, you have accepted the promotion to the extent that somebody else has been identified to replace you, and all other work comes now later. So, I mean, I don't know the legal, I'm not a legal luminary, I don't know the legal parameters of that, but as far as I am concerned, from a layman's perspective, if you verbally accept something, and someone, trustworthy someone, for me, it should be effective.
Good morning, Uncle Peter. I'm confused. Which rule of law is the minister talking about? The youth were arrested and thrown into Mile 2 for going to Pura without permit. Now they went for Mr. Ceesay by force. Which rule of law gave them the power to remove him yesterday? The double standard is baffling.
Well, it's more of a statement. What I can confirm is that the country is a country of laws, and the rule of law prevails in this country. And the president has expressed and also has demonstrated the desire to maintain the rule of law in this country, and that is what is happening.
Okay. Morning, Mr. Peter. Can you ask the minister, why not release a CCTV video of Mr. Ceesay entering or leaving the State House, as I believe the State House has CCTV?
Well, I think that will be... like I said, Peter, the matter is a potential to be in the Supreme Court, so I'd rather not comment more on this issue.
Somebody is asking whether you can provide... good morning. Please ask the minister to provide some track record of Mr. Sow, government or any other service institutions, as well as an accounting and auditing qualification.
But that is not my job.
Can you please ask Dr. Ceesay, in a democratic state, is it a force to accept an appointment, and what is the reason or reasons of removing the Auditor General?
Well, I'm not seeing anybody forcing anyone here. It was a promotion, an elevation to a ministerial position. That is what I know.
What else can you tell us about, government developments, road infrastructure, whatever?
Well, yes, we've really done a lot in the healthcare sector. As well as the roads infrastructure, and I've argued this one before. In fact, I have some data here that I can share with the public, if you permit me.
Yeah.
These are very important
you
data.
You have another 10 minutes.
Yes, so if you just permit me.
Mind you, the opposition says you don't eat roads.
Roads are food. Someone told me. And this is someone who's never been to school.
Really?
Yes, he said roads are food, in that if you build roads, you give access for people to go and walk and come and get access to food.
Okay.
And remember also, if you look at the roads that we've built, it created new communities. It brought electricity as well. And the president has a vision. The president believes that infrastructure is the backbone for any development. And what the president is doing is to build the foundations of development. And this starts with infrastructure, education infrastructure, building schools across the country. In our last month's Akonda, we showed how the president, with support from MRC Holland Foundation, has built state-of-the-art modern schools in the last village of this country called Bolibanda. Also, energy infrastructure, transforming and modernizing our electricity grid, and also making sure that now we transition to solar energy. We are working on it as part of the energy roadmap, but also making sure that we are also building a water infrastructure. Recently, we inaugurated the multi-million-dollar project in Sifo to make sure that over 1 million people in urban Gambia get access to clean water. We're also working on that health infrastructure. We're building, in fact, let me in fact give you the completed infrastructure projects in the health sector. Medical waste management system in Farato is complete. Before, getting rid of medical waste was a big problem. It was causing a health hazard. Clinical waste, getting rid of it was a big problem in the Gambia, in EFSTH and many other hospitals, causing a serious public health hazard for the country. Now the government has built and completed a medical waste management system in Farato. We have also completed the building or the construction of a medical waste management system in EFSTH, that is Edward Francis
small teaching
hospital. We have also completed the building of Brikama Nyambai Health Center, also the Tampoto Health Center, the Busumbala Health Center, Makumbaya Health Center, the Brikama Wulingara Health Center, Chise Majao Health Center, Salikanya Health Center, Jali Health Center, Tumanna Health Center, and Mankamang Kunda Health Center. Now, not near completion, which will be also completed soon as part of our promotion of health infrastructure, the first phase of the Farato Teaching Hospital, which will house 1,500 beds.
Farato Teaching Hospital?
Yes, Farato Teaching Hospital. It's a big, massive hospital. Also, the National Public Health Lab in Brusubi here, and also the Biomedical Engineering Unit in Farato. The National Public Health Lab will be in Farato. The Biomedical Engineering Unit will be also in Farato, and also the Food and Drug Quality Control Lab also will be completed in Brusubi. Under construction is the Njao Major Health Center, expanded Njao in CRR, to serve that entire community. Also, the NICU, I don't know what that means actually, in EFSTH. The National Emergency Treatment Center is also almost done, but also...
I would think NICU would be National Intensive Care Unit.
Yes, you are right. Thank you for helping me out here. Planned, what we are planning also to do in the health sector is to Brikama General Hospital, we are going to build one there, and also the Basse General Hospital, we are also going to build there. Now, when it comes to renovations, we've completed renovating Kuntaur Mano Health Center, Kuntaur Major Health Center, but also the Esau District Hospital. Ongoing renovations, Bansang General Hospital the staff quarters is being renovated, the Bansang RHD, School Enrolled Nurse, and the Kiang Karantaba Hospital Health Center, and also the Mansa Konko staff quarters as well. Now, the ongoing renovation expansion, main AFSH Banjul, AFSH Polyclinic Banjul, Kanefin General A&E, Maternity, Buyam General Hospital, Brikamaba Health Facility, Farafan General Hospital, Regional Health Directorate and Quarters, Kaur Health Center, Kudang Health Center, and the staff quarters. All these are part of our promotion to ensure that we provide what we call health infrastructure. Now it comes to ambulances. Currently, in total, there are 153 ambulances in operation across the country, and most of these are procured by the government. Some are procured by Riders for Health, and some are procured through partners. And all these ambulances are operational. When it comes to equipment, CT scan, 128 slice CT scan machines in EFSTH in Bansang General Hospital. When it comes to digital X-ray machines, we have in EFSTH in Banjul, Kanifing General Hospital, Biam General Hospital, Bansang General Hospital, and Farafenni General Hospital all are equipped with digital X-rays. And the medical cadre here is here in terms of, for example, in 2016, the medical cadre was 156. In 2025, we have 325. So the growth is 169. We've added 169 doctors to our medical cadre from 2016 to date. So there's an improvement there. Now for midwives, in 2016, we had 300 midwives across the country. Today we have 475. It means that since President Barrow came to power, he has added another 175 midwives into the medical cadre. For general nurses, in 2016, we had 1,282 nurses. Now, in 2025, we have 2,016. It means 734 nurses has been added onto the medical cadre. Public health personnel, in 2016, we had 297. Today, we have 415. It means 118 has been added. Pharmacy personnel, it was 87 only in 2016. Now it is 274. It means 187 pharmacy personnel has been added since Barrow came to power. Lab personnel, it was only 125 lab personnel. Today we have 530. It means 405 lab personnel has been added into the cadre. In total, for medical personnel, in 2016 it was only 2,247. Now we have 4,035. It means that there's an addition of 1,788 added to the medical cadre since President Barrow came to power. And the distribution is here in terms of regional distribution. We have them. So we have all this data in terms of in number of healthcare facilities. Central River Region, we have 26. Lower River Region, 18. North Bank, 12. North Bank West, 15. Upper River, 24. West Bank, West Region, 120. All these are all data that we have. In terms of also maternal mortality, it has declined by 33%. 33% decline in maternal mortality from 2016 to 2024. In 2014, mortality per 100,000 live births was 433. 2024, it was 289. It means that it has reduced. And finally, Peter, the Gambia leads the immunization rate in the sub-region. We are a leading country in immunization in the sub-region. Now, there's a lot of data in healthcare. I'll take my time and analyze and have a specific, come here for a special day and tell you, in fact, what we've done in terms of some of the surgeries that we are doing now. Before, it wasn't done in the Gambia before 2016. And now we do those surgeries in the Gambia. Hip replacement wasn't done in the Gambia before. Now we are doing it. We have committed medical staff who are bent on fulfilling the president's vision in making sure that quality healthcare is accessible to every Gambian, no matter where you live in this country.
Why not send the Minister of Health to come and sit here and do that work rather than you analyzing the data?
Well, he will come. Because of his schedule, we've tried to bring him, but we spoke with him. I think perhaps next week, because I might not be here next week for your information.
It would be great.
So I think I'll see if he's in town. I'll bring him to come.
Are you going to Unga? You're going to New York?
Yes. I will talk to him. If he's available on Tuesday, he can come and continue what I've just started.
He's not going to Unga?
Oh, yeah, you are right. I'm not sure I'll find out. I know that normally health ministers go to Unga because it's one of the things that...
If you're going,
yes,
he is definitely certain to go as well. Uncle Peter, please ask Doctor what he means by they've done a lot in the health sector. Is it building hospitals at every corner without quality? Because the Brikama Nyambai Health Center, he mentioned, I escorted someone there and there were no medicines and not even Brikama General Hospital.
No, but when you say no medicines, you cannot have every medicine in any healthcare center. That is the fact. And Gambians have to understand that. What we supply is basic medicines. But you cannot expect that every ailment medicine should be in any healthcare center. What is important is that we've built the infrastructure, we've equipped it with nurses and equipment to treat Gambians. So you cannot expect also to go to a hospital in Gambia and pay $25 and get consultation and get all the service you need and also get any medicine that you want in any ailment. It's not possible. So if the medicine you need is not there, it doesn't mean that there are no medicines there.
Good morning, Uncle Peter. Can you please ask Honorable Ceesay what the fate of the road opposite the Sukuta Basiru Jawara Mosque is?
Ibrahim Asil, I hope you are listening. If you can answer that question, I'll be very happy. What I know is that government is committed to completing all roads as soon as possible, and work is ongoing. Yes, some roads have delays. We accept and acknowledge. This could be for any reason, but we are committed to ensuring that all roads that are started are completed, but also new roads will be started very soon in earnest.
Good morning, Uncle Peter. It's not that we don't have pertinent questions to ask. It seems as if the minister is always deflecting and spinning the government's narrative. Can he tell us what the spin doctor has to say about the petrol scandal and the Jame assets? CD was in the National Syndicator.
He was there yesterday, and I think I was also there.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah, I was there. I mean, when they say petrol scandal, what makes it a scandal in the first place? You see, sometimes we have this tendency to just run with headlines. Because somebody calls it a scandal, we call what makes it a scandal in the first place. I was there, and Honorable Minister CD did a fantastic job in highlighting but also enlightening the lawmakers on this particular thing, and they asked questions. And then later there were no questions, in fact, because he made it very clear as to what was happening in terms of the role of international trade, that all the questions asked were very answered in a manner in which everybody, in clear, plain language, everybody understood all the questions asked. So for me, when people say scandal, what makes it a scandal in the first place? There is no scandal here. I mean, you cannot build a scandal out of nothing. It's not a scandal. It was a transaction. There was a parliamentary inquiry. They have their findings, and their findings are very clear that there was no collusion, there was no corruption, there was no money laundering, and that's a fact. And now the parliamentary inquiry report is out. CD has gone there yesterday to clarify some of the issues and the measures government is taking to make sure that some of the regulatory lapses that occurred are rectified. It's as simple as that. But I mean, when people call it a scandal, for me, what is the scandal here? And I'll take that question back to the questioner. What is the scandal here?
All right. Well, we can't get the answer back from the questioner. Dr. Ceesay, thank you very much.
Jar Oil. The company have filling stations across the country, and our rates are relatively cheaper than anyone else across the country. Jar Oil is the biggest producer and distributor of cement in the country with the most competitive prices in the market.
Excellent jam, Ceesay.
Yo, Ablay, yo, luta do dede. Luta mo nulo jel mo to nga andil mahalis. Hello?
Busol mo fine.
What?
Busol mo fine.
Oh, yes!
Wave Accent Gambia. Deposit and withdraw money, pay bills, and buy mobile credit without fees. Transfer money wherever in the country for only 1% fee. At Wave, Busol mo fine. Wave, your money is yours.